Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to English Flow. Today, I want to tell you something I have never told anyone before. I wasted 10 years of my life. 10 years. Not because I was lazy. Not because I wasn't intelligent. And not because English was difficult. I wasted 10 years because I was afraid. Afraid of making mistakes. Afraid of being judged. Afraid of hearing people laugh at me. Laugh softly. And the saddest part? The things I was afraid of never happened. So, if you have ever thought, I can't speak English. I'm not good enough. Maybe it's too late for me. Then stay with me until the end. Because this story is not just about me. It's about you. And perhaps it will save you the 10 years that I lost. Part 1. The years I lost to fear. 10 years ago, I was sitting in a small classroom near the back window. The teacher was speaking English, and everyone around me seemed confident, happy, and relaxed. However, I felt completely different. My heart was beating faster than usual, my hands felt cold, and my mind was preparing its favorite sentence. Please don't ask me to speak. Isn't it funny? Laugh softly. I wasn't afraid of English. I was afraid of people. I was afraid that someone would laugh if I pronounced a word incorrectly. I was afraid that someone would think I wasn't smart. And because of that fear, I spent years hiding from opportunities. Every day, I promised myself, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. And before I knew it, months became years. I bought English books. I downloaded language apps. I watched motivational videos late at night. Yet, I never did the one thing that mattered most. I never spoke. Sometimes, I would stand in front of my mirror and practice introducing myself. Hello, my name is Michael. I am learning English. Nice to meet you. Then suddenly, I would stop and think. What if I sound foolish? So, I would become silent again. Looking back now, I realize something important. Fear is a thief. It doesn't steal your money. It steals your time. And time is the one thing you can never get back. One day, my younger cousin visited me. He was only 12 years old. He looked at me and asked, "Can you speak English?" I smiled and said, "A little." Then he said something that stayed with me forever. If you've been learning for years, why are you still afraid? Suddenly, the room became very quiet. Laughs nervously. Children have a strange gift. They ask simple questions with powerful answers hidden inside them. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept hearing his words again and again. Why are you still afraid? And for the first time in 10 years, I didn't have an answer. Good to see you again, my dear friends. Before we continue, I want to ask you one simple question. If fear disappeared from your life for just one day, what would you do? Would you speak English in public? Would you apply for your dream job? Would you finally start that YouTube channel? Or would you become the person you've always wanted to be? Take a moment and think about it. Because, sometimes, the life we want is waiting just behind the wall of fear. And I learned that lesson a little later than most people. 10 years later, to be exact. The next morning, I woke up earlier than usual. The sun was just beginning to rise, and the world was still quiet. However, my mind wasn't quiet. It kept repeating the same question. How many more years are you willing to lose? I sat on the edge of my bed and smiled. Not because I was happy, but because, for the first time in many years, I was finally being honest with myself. Laughs softly. You know, it's funny. We lie to other people sometimes. But the person we lie to the most is ourselves. I used to say, I'm too busy. I'll start next month. I need more time. But the truth was much simpler. I wasn't busy. I wasn't waiting. I was afraid. And fear is very good at wearing different masks. Sometimes, it looks like procrastination. Sometimes, it looks like perfectionism. And sometimes, it looks like waiting for the right moment. The problem is this. The right moment rarely comes. You create it. That morning, I stood in front of my mirror again. The same mirror. The same room. The same person. Yet, something felt different. I looked into my own eyes and said, "Good morning." Then I paused. My name is Michael. Another pause. I wasted 10 years being afraid. For some reason, saying those words out loud felt heavy. Almost like admitting defeat. But then I said something I had never said before. I forgive myself. Silence. Complete silence. And suddenly, I started smiling. Because I realized something. You cannot change the past. However, you can decide that the past will not control your future. That day, I made 3 promises to myself.